Hello and welcome. I am Mix of Light and this is my channel. Um, Hello Rob, how are you?
Okay, thank you.
How have you been doing?
I've been doing all right. Is it coming through really loud again?
No, you're actually perfect.
Good. Okay, well, very much. Yeah, I've
If you
been good.
if you had $1 for every time you heard that, huh? You're actually perfect.
Gonna be a millionaire.
You would just have been handed a buck.
Yeah.
How am I, Rob? How am I?
You're doing fine.
I have had a shit couple weeks. So, thank you for doing a video for me. And for the rest of you, I appreciate so much all your comments and prayers and just jokes about socks and thoughts, and I really appreciate it. It's pretty hard to get admitted to the hospital during the way COVID is right now. So if you don't have COVID, you best be dying, and I wasn't doing that good. So I made it because I get knocked down, but I get up again, and then I'm pissed. Then I get real mad. So I look like someone beat the crap out of me because I have 31 places where they tried to put needles in me for IVs. I don't cooperate. My veins were like, stage fright. And so I look real beat up. I wish actually that it was closer to Halloween because it would be a lot cooler if it was like the 31st than it is now in the middle of September. So now people just give my husband dirty looks. So I'm not saying that's not fun either. But anyway, I really appreciate all your prayers and your thoughts and your comments. I really do. And, it's that time of year again. I have to go into the hospital at least once. It's mandatory. And it's really weird because I had just said in a podcast that we were coming into that time of year again. It's about time to have a hospital visit so that I'll have to be rushing through the 31 days of Halloween, remember?
Certainly do.
From now on, Rob, we need to practice things like this. I'm going to win the lottery. I'm going to win a new car. Positive thoughts. Positive. Okay?
Yeah.
I do have a new friend I have to drag around his little oxygen pump for a little while. And I don't like it. Have you ever been on oxygen like for an amount of time, like over a week?
No. I'm not trying to.
It gives me a headache. Like,
Yeah.
my brain is like, that is too much oxygen. Ow.
Yeah.
We need a lot less oxygen in here. It's a lot easier to not think that way.
You put a picture on, didn't you? You put a picture on Instagram. It was Instagram of your little tube that goes in your nose.
Yeah, candela.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I didn't know what it was.
You kidding me?
And Keisha sat next. And I said, "What's that?" And she knew what it was straight away.
Did she?
Yeah.
What'd she say?
So there's that thing that goes on your nose when you have oxygen.
Yeah. I put it on a pretty blanket. I put it there, and that's why I said even like you can find the beauty in anything if it's photographed beautifully or something like that. And it looks like pearlescent and the light's hitting it really well. It doesn't look like it's give me a headache.
I thought it was. Do you know when people get, like, if you've got like bugs and bacteria, and you take a picture of it through a microscope?
Uh-huh.
I thought that's what it was.
You thought the candela was bacteria?
Yeah, through a microscope.
Well, it just so happens I had a lot of that. Antibiotic resistant. But that wasn't it. That was a candela. I didn't get any pictures. I didn't get to take those pictures of those babies home. Oh. Can I take a picture of that antibiotic resistant bacteria?
You saw that out next time.
I'm going to do that next time. Just call down to the lab. Hey, by the way, send me a little picture, a little memento.
Yeah, you could frame it on the wall.
I could. I should. How many would I have now? A lot. I just named them. This is Dave. This one's Greg. All right, let's get started. Couple of
Okay.
things. If you have not by now been entranced, just stick around for a few minutes because we got some content going on, and then maybe you could like the video, and then if you're not subscribed, you could subscribe, and then if you click that bell, it'll be a bonus because I have a giveaway coming up real shortly. It's coming. It's a freight train. When I get to 3,000 subscribers, why can't I say this word all of a sudden? Subscribers. And it's a box I'm putting together that has a little bit of everything the Exit Light channel. Most things the Exit Light channel. I can't put like spirits and whatnot, but you'll get the idea. And I'm really excited about it. And the 31 Days of Halloween is, I mean, it's what, 2 weeks away? Holy cow. Just, take a deep breath. It's right around the corner. And this is my favorite time of year. And I'm going to put some stories. When I started the channel, I wrote all my own stories and narrated all my own stories. You'll never find them. Creepypasta stories, you'll never find them. They kind of range between creepypasta and suspenseful. With a twist. Every story has a twist, and it's up to you to figure out if you can get the twist before it's over. And so I'm going to put a couple of those up because I'm pretty proud of those. And I'd like to get my brain kicked back into doing that again. So I'm going to put a couple of those up, see what you guys think. The people who have never heard them before and the people who have heard them before, I hope you'll enjoy hearing them again. So that's the deal. Okay?
Okay.
You have anything to add?
Just the box giveaway is going to be good.
I'm so excited.
Myself, but
I want to win it. That wouldn't be fair. It's going to be good. You guys are going to really like it. I put a lot of time and thought into this. A lot. I hope you guys really like it. It's me. It's the Extra Light channel. It's also, there's something in there from where Rob lives. So it'll be good. Go ahead and become subscribed. And then after you win, you can just go away. You'll be like, whoop, unsubscribe. Don't do that, please. I wonder if there are people that do that. Probably. All right. So what we're going to do is we had a podcast about unidentified murder victims. And I think that it's an interesting topic, and you guys seem to think that it was an interesting topic. And so we're gonna do it again. And who knows? You never know that you might reach that one person who knows something and gives a family some, closure is not a good word, but I don't know what would be. So, but I don't know, just some peace of mind knowing where their loved one is. What do you think, Rob?
I think it's a sad subject, but it's an interesting subject as well.
Yeah, it's interesting to me that you can. It's interesting to me and so sad that you can go missing and some people, I guess most haven't been reported, and so maybe we can help get them identified. Rob,
Get the impression from
what?
You get the impression from all these when you watch these police dramas and stuff like that. It's really difficult to get away with murdering somebody. But it isn't.
Well, I think if you live a lifestyle where maybe you're, I don't know, a runaway or a prostitute or something like that, I think it's pretty easy to prey on those people. So, that's unfortunate, but.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Do you honestly, truly, 100% think let me finish now because you're going to jump right in here, but let me finish. If a runaway or a prostitute, say, goes missing and is found murdered, or a normal member of society goes missing and is found murdered, I think the police and the authorities put as much resources into looking for all them people.
As they do, like runaways and stuff?
Yeah, well, basically, if I don't know, a secretary with a family goes missing and is found murdered, and a prostitute goes missing and is found murdered, do you think they would look at both them the same, or
no.
they would put resources into looking for the people that are
No, they wouldn't. Well, no, they wouldn't. And the circumstances between the two would be, like we talked about, much different because, prostitutes can change locations. They can go home and visit family for a couple of weeks or whatever. And then, the police can't keep tabs on everybody and their movements. So, and honestly, I think it's not nice, but I don't think it's as important.
The police would say that they do.
What?
The authorities, the police, whoever, will say that they
No.
put in the same kind of resources.
No, I don't think so. I don't know. They ask them. I don't know what they say.
But anyway, that was thinking aloud. But anyway, he's still there. Yes.
Yeah, sorry, my I don't know, my microphone cut out.
So do you want to go first?
No, can you?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay.
Right. What I actually remember. From Manchester, Angel of the Meadow. This person was born between 1950 and 1954, European or Middle Eastern. And she died between 1970 and 1980, age 18 to 35. This is like last time. This was one of the questions I raised last time. Now, that's 10 years. 10 years would have been died in 1970 in autumn or in 1980.
Right.
Big difference there.
Mm-hmm.
The body
Yeah.
was discovered the 25th of January 2010 at the site of a former car park located between Angel Street, Danzig Street, and Miller Street. I used to park my car here when I used to go into Manchester.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was basically it was a land that there'd been a big mill that they knocked down, and it was just spare land. And people used to park the cars there when they used to go into town because it was literally literally right in the centre of Manchester. And I used to, like I've said, I used to park my car there, and I used to go into Manchester, do what I needed to do, and then come out of Manchester. So the area was known as Angel Meadow. I don't know why it was called Angel Meadow. Let me just get a drink, guys.
I saw that one on the list of the UK ones, Angel Meadow. That's sad.
Yeah, it was located where there was a notorious Victorian slum. Frederick Engels notably referred to it as hell. Hell upon earth, the area was. So that sounds like a really fun place to live.
It sounds pretty far from Angel.
Yeah, so yeah. Maybe there was some kind of,
Reverse psychology.
at the time of the discovery, the site was being prepared for redevelopment into the new head offices of the cooperative group. A workman noticed skull, which was which led to the discovery of a human skeleton concealed underneath a section of blue carpet. Police were called to the scene at 15:50. Right. The victim had suffered fractured neck, clavicle, and jaw. The police initially believed that the woman was aged 18 to 35 when she died. The date of her death was identified as the 1970s or 80s. Police believe the woman was born between 1950 and 19. Not bad.
Even the clothes would be very different between the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah.
Unless you're like 79 and 81.
Well, this is another thing that I don't get. The height was between 5'1" and 5'7". Now they had a skeleton, but
I don't want to laugh about that.
hey,
How? Okay, I'm laughing at the science of this. 5'1" and 5'7" is quite a big difference.
yeah,
How can you be that far off? Were they all in one piece? Even then, you could tell by one leg bone. I'm confused about that. How do you know who you're looking for? If they could be between fitting in your pocket or, 5'7".
she was an hunchback or something. I don't know.
Stop. This is not. This is off to a bad start.
She was probably European, but possibly from India or the Middle East. Well, that's like half the planet.
She's from half the world.
She was from
This
Earth.
is really bad. It doesn't even feel like they're trying to identify her.
The victim had a number of fillings in her. Sorry, she was probably. I'm getting old, so confused now. The victim had a number of fillings, and her first upper right premolar victim would have been apparent when she smiled. Maybe she didn't smile. Victim was wearing a blue jumper, blue brassiere, green pinafore dress, black stiletto court shoes, of which only one was found. Pinafore dress.
I feel like you're cutting out. Like she had blue everything and a pinafore dress.
Yeah, green pinafore dress.
Is a pinafore dress something that an adult woman would wear?
I'm not really sure what a pinafore dress is.
Isn't the kind that has like the straps on the side and a square in the middle, like a schoolgirl's uniform? Am I wrong?
Yeah,
Do I know what I'm talking about?
yeah. Well, it says the pinafore dress was distinctive in that it had large buttons and a unique 1970s style pattern.
Yeah, it is. It's the kind that has straps and like a square in the middle, kind of like like a overalls, but like
I've got a dress.
yeah.
A number of items were found with the body. A plastic Guinness measuring chart from the late 1960s. An orange patterned carpet, dark blue and blue carpets, tights and a handbag. One of the carpet pieces that covered the body was thought by police to have been removed from a Ford Cortina and featured the hole that was cut for the gear stick.
Huh. That's specific.
The death initially treated as non-suspicious until the post-mortem revealed the woman had suffered a violent death. The investigation commenced with a search of missing person records and an appeal to the public in hope that someone would recognise the items recovered with the body. But nobody. So, and to be completely honest with you, if Greater Manchester Police got anything to do with it, they couldn't find their arse with their elbow. So, if they was found with a birth certificate, passport, and the records, Manchester Police would be able to find out where. Sorry.
And a map directing you to her murderer.
A written statement from the person murdered. dated a woman.
Confession.
Yeah, confession. They still struggle.
This this was not the one we should start off with.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, here's mine. And it's Slidell Jane Doe, and Slidell isn't, well, you'll hear in about 2 minutes. On June 19th, 1986, the body of a white female aged between 20 and 30 was found in Slidell, St. Tammany Parish, Louisiana, in Lake Pontchartrain. She had been murdered about 1 to 2 days prior to her discovery, and her body had already begun to decompose. Well, it's swampy. This whole story I told you about me going out to the swamp and losing my Ray-Bans because there was alligators. That was in Slidell. You remember what I'm talking about?
I do.
Yeah, that was in Slidell. The cause of her death was ruled to be a combination of asphyxiation, and I said that really badly. Asphyxiation
Excuse me.
and stabbing, as wounds were visible on her face. Her hair was either light brown or red and was shoulder length. She had freckles and had received breast implants. It is believed that the decedent had been married, as her left ring finger showed that a ring had been worn at one time, but had been recently removed, likely by her killer. She was also 3 months pregnant. The decedent was of petite stature, standing at 5 feet 2 to 4 inches. She weighed about 126 pounds. Her body was nude, with a plastic bag that had been placed over her head and a weight that was tied to her neck to ensure that her remains would not surface. After her that didn't work. After her, people, I'm not gonna. I think that people don't understand that your body fills up with gases, so it's gonna,
Yeah.
and then the skin can slip, and the body's gonna be found. I'm not really gonna give, you know, ideas to anybody, but after her autopsy, examiners concluded that the victim had probably been involved in an automobile accident prior to her murder, as evidence on her hips showed signs of a healed fracture, which would have been from a seatbelt. It was also possible that a rhinoplasty, nose surgery, was performed on her nose, which could have been due to the accident. Scars were found on her abdomen, her knee, one wrist, and her teeth were excellently cared for, although some were possibly congenitally missing. All of her wisdom teeth had been removed, which is a very, very expensive surgery here. So it sounds like if she was getting excellent dental care and had breast implants, it seems like she is not a typical Jane Doe. Married? You're married?
I thought that if you had like breast implants, that they had like a number on them or something.
You're right. You are right. Yeah, any implant. I wonder if that started after a certain date, because this was in 1986. I wonder if it was always that way. Because why didn't they just look that up?
Yeah.
You're right, Rob. Apparently you're better at solving this case than the police. But she was married, pregnant, had access to money. She's not your typical Jane Doe. And if her husband didn't, it feels like to me that if your husband didn't report her as missing, then I think that that's probably your number one suspect if you can find him, right? And if it was her husband, he probably took the ring so it made it look like she wasn't married. But you know how the wedding rings put, like marks on your fingers?
Mm.
Shoot, I was waiting for my ring to get fixed. It took months. That mark never went away. I was married.
I mean, maybe it was the fact that she'd become pregnant, but maybe the husband partner,
Yeah.
was unhappy.
Yeah. I feel like that is a lead to who she is, and you're right. It should have serial numbers on those implants. That's very strange, Rob.
Yeah, but surely as well, if she was pregnant, which she was pregnant, she would be going to see having antenatal classes and all that. And if someone just disappears, surely that wouldn't make alarm bells ring.
Well, if you're a doctor and it's on the news that they found a dead body and it resembles the woman that you saw, wouldn't that? I mean, I don't. I think I went to my first doctor's appointments around nine weeks. So I most women are like excited and they want to go, but the circumstances were that she was trying to hide it, then maybe she was not able to do that right then.
Could you possibly be 9 weeks pregnant and not know you're pregnant?
Well, yeah, people have been. Yeah, we're gonna get into a lot of information here, because there are some women who continue to have cycles
Yeah.
Into the beginning of a pregnancy, sometimes to the whole thing. So I don't think it's normal. It's not a normal thing to not know you're pregnant by then, for sure, because I think most people know they're pregnant by 4 or 5 weeks. Give it a week after you've missed your period, 5 weeks. And then if you're really trying to ignore reality, 6 weeks. But by then you're kind of figuring it out yourself. So I think it would be unusual to not know. And she was 3 months. I am not I'm not a police detective, but I'm guessing it's the father of the baby we should be looking for.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of detective shows. All right, Rob. And the fact that she had her wisdom teeth removed, that is a really expensive surgery to go through here. So I think that I don't think she's a prostitute we're looking at here.
No.
She seems healthy weight, healthy height. So anyway, that's Slidell Jane Doe. And if you happen to, that rings a bell to you, then I would call Slidell Police Department in St. Tammany Parish in Louisiana. All right, are you ready to go next?
Excuse me, sorry, buddy. I'm really stuffed up, blocked up. The Bedgebury Forest woman.
The what?
The Bedgebury
Besbury?
Forest woman.
Forest
Is there an echo?
It's just I think you're cutting in and out. I can feel like I can not hear the entire word.
You are as well.
I am?
Yeah, because I couldn't hear you before. I thought you'd gone.
Yeah, but that's because my microphone wasn't working.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. The body was found by a woman riding on horseback through Bedgebury Forest on Tuesday, the 23rd of October, 1979. The forest floor was dry as the weather had been dry and sunny for a few weeks. The body had been battered, mutilated, murdered, and dumped, but a little attempt had been made to conceal the body. Apparently, in the undergrowth, from the rider's position, the victim had suffered massive head injuries from a beating. Oh, gosh. A blood-stained wooden stake found near the victim's body was later concluded to have been the murder weapon. No handbag or means of identification were found. The body, police believe that the victim had been killed up to 5 days prior to the body being discovered. Description of the victim. The severity of the injuries to the woman's head and body prevented identification. It was made between 35, quite short, 5'1". She had a thin build. She had brown eyes, straight shoulder-length hair. She had kept in its natural dark brown colour. The victim was wearing black shoes, a distinctive floral dress, a black polo neck jumper, a yellow blouse. It stated that the black white pattern dress was the clue that was most likely to lead to the discovery of her identity. The dress was found to have been homemade from furniture fabric. It had been on multiple occasions. Once the hem, another around the chest area. The dress was purchased at a charity or second-hand shop. Police believed that the victim was very poor, possibly from the north of England. Well, obviously she's going to be poor from the north of England because we're all poor.
Only if you put cheese on whatever it was. Potatoes.
Terms of food.
Well, that's what you said was the definition of poor.
Yeah. Cheese on chips. Cheesy chips.
Yeah.
Can't be doing cheesy chips. That's not that.
Yeah.
Anyway, the autopsy revealed that the victim had an ectopic pregnancy, which had been present 4 to 6 weeks and bleeding for 2 to 3 weeks. The victim.
Oh, shoot.
The victim would have been in severe pain. May have visited the doctor suspecting appendicitis, as the pain would have occurred on her right side. Stretch marks on her stomach indicate that she probably had given birth at least one child. Getting worse.
Yeah.
Victim had been very worn down. She had her wisdom teeth that indicate she was at least 30 years old. There was no evidence the victim had ever visited a dentist in her life. The victim had prominent, visibly decayed teeth. No nicotine stains were found on the victim's hands, teeth, or lungs. Additionally, the victim's lungs did not exhibit brown deposits typically in a city dweller, indicating that she probably lived.
I can't hear you very well.
Sorry. Do you hear any of that?
No.
Okay. There was no evidence that the victim had ever visited a dentist in her life. The victim had prominent, visibly decayed teeth. No nicotine stains were found on the victim's hands, teeth, or lungs. Additionally, the victim's lungs did not exhibit the carbon deposits was a city dweller, indicating that she probably lived in the countryside. You hear that?
Yeah, I feel like you're cutting in and out.
I don't know why. I'm not doing anything differently.
I'm not sure if it'll be heard like that when we listen to it or not. We'll have to check.
Yeah.
It said that she probably lived on the countryside.
Police believe the woman had no fixed address and was a regular hitchhiker along the M1 motorways. There was a possibility that she would have been a sex worker operating in Spitfield in London. She was a prostitute. That's what we think.
So in Britain, do you think the police put the same amount of effort into her as they do to preschool mom?
Um, we don't really. There's no. Well, actually, it says here after the discovery, the police searched the missing persons database at New Scotland Yard in the UK. Financial services, hospitals, and doctors' surgeries were also polled for persons. The description of the woman.
Well, that's pretty good then.
And a large poster campaign was launched through the UK and Europe. Oh yeah, they did.
Oh yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm glad about that.
Yeah.
To have an ectopic pregnancy would be excruciating.
Yeah.
Well, that's and where's that one at?
Kent in England. It's in sort of southern England. 1979.
1979.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this one I'm going to do because I'm in Texas and is close by me. So, a Hispanic male between the ages of 15 and 25. So, like we said, at 15, couldn't you really be able to tell by like the teeth? Wouldn't they have? I would think so. Was found stabbed to death on December 15th, 1988 in Collin County, Texas. He had died the day before. His body was found abandoned in a culvert. He wore a motorcyclist jacket. This is really interesting because it's interesting to see what they were wearing. When they were found, because a lot of them, it's like a snapshot of history of how styles were.
Yeah.
It's forever stuck in time in that. He wore a motorcyclist jacket and a white and gray striped shirt, along with corduroy jeans, loafers, a belt with multicolored buckle. He had a tattoo on his arm of the letters RYA inside a heart with an arrow through it. Here's the genius part, possibly representing a significant other. He was found wearing a watch, a bracelet, 2 rubber rings. He was relatively short for a male. He was 5'5" and in his pockets were chapstick, a package of cigarettes, and a disposable lighter. And if that isn't a picture of 1988, I don't really know what is. What is hard to imagine is a 15-year-old boy. So Collin County is up by Dallas. It's there's the Allen area, the McKinney area, the Plano area, which is an area that is close by me, and so that would be pretty far north in Texas for a Hispanic, it doesn't seem like he was traveling for work, or you know, might not be identified that way, because he had a motorcyclist jacket, a leather jacket. He was wearing loafers, which isn't a thing that, like, it's a trendy thing to wear then. I think that he wouldn't be the, like we talked about last time, about the Hispanic man who was unidentified, and we talked about how they travel all over, and you just might not, you just wouldn't know. And it doesn't seem like this is one who maybe had come up over the border and was having to live, under conditions that some of those other unidentified Hispanic male and females have to. So it seems like 15, there should be somebody out there, even 25, somebody out there who I don't know. I don't know how you don't report it. And who's RYA? Did she knew that person knew that he was gone.
Yeah.
So it's the backstories are, I think, which you could just dig into all the time, all day long, is if they broken up, and that's why she didn't report it. Just all the stuff. But if you know anything about that, or if that rings any bells for you, I would call the police department in Collin County, Texas.
Yeah. I always get the feeling, I'm possibly wrong, and maybe Steve could give some input in
Yeah.
just stuff like that. But I don't think that they don't really take it seriously, the police, when someone does a missing persons report. It's almost put on the back burner. Just about,
There or here?
I don't know. Because you sort of see it, don't you, in police dramas?
Yeah, but that's not real life.
I know. Well, is it not?
No, it's not. It's not a documentary.
That's where they're going wrong.
I know. I saw the same thing when I watched The Wizard of Oz. I was like, wait, what? That didn't happen? My oldest son used to tell time by saying, this is embarrassing. He would say, remember when you were in the black and white? No, dude. I never lived in the black and white. Thank you, though. That's how he could tell time. That was his child version of time. There was black and white, and then there was color. And then if you were going to go forward in time, you turn the page forward, turn the page forward, turn the page. Duh. But no, that's not. I really think it depends on, like, the situation, the circumstances, the family. Has this been a known runaway? How hard is the family keeping up on it? Because if that happened to me, they would see me every day.
Yeah.
And I would call every day. So, I think it's individual, but I don't think, I get alerts on my phone all the time about, like, missing children, and it's in the news all the time if they found an unidentified body. It's not that unusual in the Dallas area for that to happen. I think they take it seriously. Or a missing person. Missing persons. They even have signs over the freeways every so often miles that alert you to somebody who's missing and what they were wearing and their description. Like they go over the freeway. They're huge, lit up signs. So I mean, I hope to never find out, but I think they do. I think especially when we're talking about like young women now and children because of sex trafficking. It's really taken very seriously.
Scary, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. My girls are stocked up. Do you want to do another one?
Yep. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, getting old. Getting old, Trace.
You're getting old, Rob.
Too old.
You're on the right side of the dirt today, Rob.
I'm on the what?
Oh, by the way, you're on the right side of the dirt.
By the way, what?
Well, I was gonna say you need to do an update. When maybe we'll do that on the beginning of our next podcast, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do one that we've done before.
What?
I love doing this. I'd like to do one that we've done before.
Oh, McCann.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Who put Bella down the witch hole?
Oh. Okay.
Can I do it?
Sure. Sure.
On the 18th of April, 1943, four local boys, Robert Hart, Thomas Willits, Bob Farmer, Fred Payne, were poaching or bird nesting in Hagley Woods, part of the Hagley estate belonging to Lord Cobham. One of my really close friends was called Stephen Cobham. But anyway, that's besides the point. Near Witchbury Hill, when they came across a large wych elm, and witch is spelled WYCH, not like witch, scary witch. And they came across a large wych elm, thinking the location to be a particularly good place to hunt birds. Yes. Farmer attempted to climb the tree to investigate. As he climbed, he glanced down into the hollow trunk and discovered a skull. At first, he believed that it might have been an animal, but after seeing human hair and teeth, he realized he had found a human skull. As they were on land illegally, Farmer put the skull back and all four
Okay, Rob.
boys returned.
Your voice is sounding like you're in a time warp. You know what I mean? It's like slower than you're actually talking.
Okay, let me try again.
Something's weird. Sorry.
Farmer put the skull back, and all four boys returned home without mentioning their discovery to anybody. However, on returning home, the youngest of the boys, Willits, felt uneasy about what he had witnessed and decided to report it to his parents. When police checked the trunk of the tree, they found an almost complete skeleton, shoe, gold wedding ring, fragments of clothing. The skull was valuable evidence in that it still had the hair, a clean dental patch, and a clean dental patch. Despite some missing teeth, after further investigations, the remains in the head of the hand were found this.
I'm sorry. I can't hear you. I don't know if it's me. Can you just reread that very last part?
When the police checked the trunk of the tree, they found an almost complete skeleton with a shoe, a gold wedding ring, and fragments of clothing. The skull was valuable evidence in that it had some tufts of hair and a clear dental patch. Despite some missing teeth, after further investigation, the remains of a hand were found some distance from the tree. Is that okay?
Yes, I heard that really well.
The body was sent for forensic examination by James Webster. He quickly established that it was that of a female that had been dead for at least 18 months, placing the time of death in or before October 1941. Webster, who discovered a section of taffeta in her mouth, suggested that she had been suffocated. From the measurement of the trunk in which the body had been discovered, he also deduced that it must have been placed there still warm after killing, as it could not have fit once rigor mortis had taken hold. Ooh. Police could tell from the evidence found on the body that the woman had what the woman had looked like. But so many people reported missing during the Second World War. Records were too numerous for proper identification to take place. They cross-referenced the details they had with reports of missing persons throughout the region, but none of them seemed to match the evidence. In addition, they contacted dentists all over the country, since the dentistry was quite distinctive. In 1944, a graffiti message related to the mystery appeared on the wall of the Upper Dean Street, Birmingham, reading, "Who put Bella in down the witch elm?" This provided investigators with several new leads for tracing the victim. Who the victim could have been. Other messages the same hand appeared to. Since at least 1970, similar graffiti have periodically appeared on the Hagley obelisk near where the body's woman was discovered.
Is the tree still there?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, I want to go there.
Yeah, the tree's still there.
Oh.
It's scary, that, isn't it?
That is, it is. It's still scary.
So basically, what they're saying is somebody murdered this woman, little woman.
Yeah.
While her body was still warm, stuck her down the middle of a tree.
Yeah.
Just left her.
Yeah. Weird. And I wonder if they called her Bella because it was her name or because it meant beautiful.
This is what the police don't know, do they?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do one more, and then we can wrap up for the night if that's okay with you.
Hey, you're the boss.
That's me. I'm the boss.
You're
Okay.
the boss.
Okay, I'm going to do Suffolk County Jane Doe. This one is weird. On October 14th, 2005, a chimney sweep was hired to clean out the chimney of an apartment building in Dorchester. Okay, let's start this over again. Dorchester, Massachusetts. There, he discovered the skeletal remains of a young white slash Hispanic slash African American slash Asian female. So that narrows it down for you.
Is it down to the fucking earth?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yes, she was basically from the same places, maybe the opposite places of where yours was. Um, she had been in the. This is another one. She had been in the chimney. This is some fine police work. She had been in the chimney anywhere between 3 months to 5 years.
Oh gosh.
3 months decomposition, 5 years skeleton. But they don't know which. Cause of death. This is some more police work that's top notch. Cause of death was not determined, but it was most likely a homicide. She was between 25 and 35 years old and was between 4 feet 11 inches tall and 5 feet 5 inches tall, which is also quite a difference. 7 inches. No, 6 inches. 6 inches. I don't understand how you can't. I don't understand how they can't get the. Maybe somebody below can help me out here. Do Does the measurement from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet not count as your height? Can they not measure the skeletal remains that way? Or I I don't. How can you be 6 inches off? That's what I don't understand. Like maybe if her legs were missing, you know. Okay.
Yeah, but in any other line of work, Tracy, right? Any other line, like your husband is a joiner, carpenter.
What?
In any other line of work, it wouldn't be accepted. Your
Right.
husband is is a carpenter, a joiner, whatever you call them in America. If someone said to him, "Put a joint," and the guy came back and the door was like one side of it was 5 foot and the other side was 6 foot, it wouldn't be accepted. Go,
No. And
can you?
if he told someone that a door needed to be 4 feet 11 inches tall, but they made it 5 feet 11 inches tall, he wouldn't say, "Good enough." You just any other job you can't say this. Like I can't even go to McDonald's and have the person behind the counter say, "So you ordered a Big Mac cheeseburger with a McFilet fish chicken nuggets?" But they can say that her remains are white, Hispanic, African American, and Asian. Although maybe she's both. I mean, you know what? Maybe she does have maybe she has a white African American mixed mother and a Hispanic and Asian mixed father.
You know, that's
So
that's that's put. Yeah, but
I mean, so maybe it was. I don't. I just don't know. I don't know. Anyway, or say that we're going to estimate she's been there somewhere between, I don't know, 3 months and eternity. Oh,
yeah,
that nails it down.
fact that they were having the chimney swept, was you in use for fire?
Oh, it wasn't in use for fire. I'll get to that in a minute.
All right, okay.
Okay. Yeah, the chimney of an apartment building. Just 1 second. Okay, so she had long, dark black hair, which was dyed a reddish color. Her eye color and weight could not be ascertained, but it was noted that she had a small to medium build. So, going by her bones, I would suggest, right?
Yeah.
She had red plastic fingernails, as well as evidence of childbirth during her life. So, they must have been able to tell by her pelvic bones. She was found to have an unusual dental plate, which was poorly made and most likely not from a dentist. What is a what is a what is a dental plate? Is it like to replace missing teeth? Can people
Yeah,
just do that on their own?
no, I had one. Um, it's basically a plate that fits in the top of your mouth, or well, it goes in the top of your mouth. And
Hmm.
I've got a tooth that was knocked out when I was in the army. It had a tooth on it. You can have the whole of the top of your teeth done, and it
Oh,
fits in your mouth. And
oh, but but can people make them themselves?
I, I wouldn't have thought so, but apparently
But
they're
maybe,
made.
yeah. The chimney in which the woman was found had been used for an incinerator during the 1960s, but by the time her body had been deposited in it, it was being used as an opening for an air conditioner. Oh my god. What if she'd been in there for 5 years? Oh my god. Did nobody reported the I mean it would smell, right? Or not because it was an air conditioning? I don't Investigators believe that whoever put the woman's body in the chimney must have known about it beforehand, as it was difficult to find. An access door had been left unlocked between January 2002 and January 2005, leaving easy access to the area. That is just strange on so many levels. That is just I and she has a child out there.
Got shivers down
You
my
have a
spine.
child and you disappear and nobody notices. You don't know. They didn't go into like I don't know. I maybe don't know what her health was like, or well maybe and since she had some handmade dental plate, maybe she didn't have access to dental care, which is expensive as heck here.
It is
So
over
is it?
there.
It's so anyway. If that sounds familiar, it's the most recent one, and I would just contact the police in Dorchester, Massachusetts. I'm sorry, I'm coughing. Anyway, um, well, Rob, this is an interesting subject to me.
Yeah, it's very sad. I think
It's really it's as far as like crimes go, it's some of the saddest circumstances you can learn about. I
yeah,
think it's just the not being reported, or I don't know.
it's it's almost like we've become this throwaway society
Hmm.
where we've come to the point now where people are just throwaway people and not even that makes me sad, especially like you just been saying about the fact that you got a child.
Yeah.
He's
You know, we were talking about how there's like what 60,000 people missing in the United States.
yeah.
These are these some of those people?
Yeah.
I can't stop thinking about the woman in the hotel room that we talked about last time that left the suicide note and nobody
Yeah.
claimed her. Ugh. I can't stop thinking about that one. That one was one of the saddest cases I've ever heard. All right, Rob. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. And thank you for doing this with me again.
No problem.
I appreciate it. And if you guys would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, that would be really great. It really, really helps the channel. Okay. Good night.
Bye. Bye.